Welcome to Promark's AluPlank product training. My name is Rene Fortier, Product Manager at Promark. I am pleased to introduce you to a new product in the market of architectural aluminum extrusion cladding. Let me say at the onset that this is not bending steel. You will be amazed. My goal in creating AluPlank was not to reinvent the wheel but to use components already well proven in the market and well known, of course. So, I just simplified them. The second aim was to make them accessible. I can build much more elaborate, sophisticated systems at $50 a square foot, but nobody will have the budget to use them. Therefore, for simplicity, the first point will be on the components. In terms of components, we're talking about T5 aluminum, the most known and widely used aluminum alloy worldwide. For example, window frames are made of T5. Door frames are made of TS, as well as aluminum panel claddings are made of T5. So, it is globally prevalent and has been tested for many decades. The second component is a powdered, baked finish. It's also widely used in the market and even recommended in very prestigious projects, thus also tested for several decades. These are all standard components. Now let's look at the aspect of the profile levels. What we simply propose is a 150 mm module, that is 6 inches, which corresponds to 96% of the most used module on the market. We could have, like many competitors, manufactured other modules in the same dimensions of 4 inches, 8 inches, 10 inches, and even 12 inches. But a physical exclusion principle exists. The principle is that the wider we make the profile, the thicker the walls, and therefore, the higher the price. So, from an affordability standpoint, this all went against AluPlank's values. Thus, 150 mm, and if we look at the profiles in an exclusion, we can give it the shape we want depending on the properties we are looking for. If we take the first profile offered, which is simply a V-joint and reproduces the effect of plank swell, I would like to draw your attention to the reinforcement in the center, which considerably reinforces the rigidity of the product. The second aspect is that there are already oblong punched holes at the end. Oblong holes allow the expansion of the product according to the seasons. From there, the products simply fit into each other. The second profile we offer is the closed joint profile. Excluding this, we can offer and realize up to 90-degree corners. Imagine when we join the pieces together, we get such a fine line quality, and architects prize this detail. In fact, it has become our most popular profile. The third profile we offer is brand new and completes the AluPlank product line. It's a U-joint profile. That is, when nested together, it creates a distinctive line that's inch wide by inch deep. I must say that all the profiles I am offering today can be used together in harmony. You can make a section, a part of the wall with the joint closed profile, and insert a much more distinctive line at your will, making the creation dynamic. According to the applications, the profiles we offer, we talk about wall cladding, vertical, etc. But let's now add ceilings and exterior soffits to that. Based on this, our profiles are also available in a pre-prepared version for ceiling ventilation. I must admit that at the system level, I could have done like many manufacturers and offered you architecturally fantastic moldings. However, given that moldings are very expensive because of their small volume, and that production takes as long as the boards, so in this light, I optimized the J molding. J for different applications. When I talk about the application, we start with a J and stop with a J, a junction with a J, and an expansion joint with 2 J's back-to-back. Exterior and interior corners are simply 2 J's back-to-back, and all these with economical J molding. Of course, all the moldings have the same finish as the boards. We added a second molding to create architectural lines that are very popular in architecture. So, a Z molding combined with a J molding will allow the designers to create a line of the desired width that can be from a few millimeters up to 25 millimeters. You will now have this flexibility. It's the customization option because I am often asked if it's possible to give the shapes as desired. Yes, of course, we are willing to create the mold in question from a certain volume. I will give you some examples of projects that some architects are currently studying. Of course, I repeat, There is a volume because the production cost of a mold is very expensive to manufacture only a few pieces. So you will understand that at this point, we come back to the notion of volume. According to this notion, we have realized projects in the field of acoustics. With the architect, we have combined a perforation design for acoustic purposes, that is, absorption of reverberation. Yes, we have adapted our products to the perforation level according to the acoustic expectations of the architect. Another aspect of customization of the product for massive projects. We have made precise lengths to the project to minimize the loss. So, we are still talking about flexibility for volume. You can see our flexibility at the manufacturing level. In the last part of the customization where I personally worked with an architect and liked seeing the results. So, from a profile to making slats over a curtain wall with laser cutouts, we could realize the architect's design. By market demand, we added tubes called AluTube. These tubes are offered in 3 standardized dimensions and can be used to create vertical, horizontal, and even diagonal screens without any problems. This is an additional asset that is now offered to you. When it comes to installation, one word guided me: simplicity. So for installation, it is a ventilated drain screen, which is extremely standard and usual on the market. Installed on supports and positioned not at 16 inches but at 24 inches. Thanks to the rigidity of AluPlank products, you make an additional saving. Based on your design, it can be installed vertically, horizontally, or even diagonally. We can also make curves along the length of the product within 10 feet. Now, let's consider the aspect of simplicity in the installation. Regarding simplicity, as opposed to prefabricated custom products, there are no measurements to be taken at the site for production purposes in the workshop. We save a lot of time. Besides, many developers now take this aspect into account in the time frame. From a simple, standardized product, it is very easy to cut it according to the exact measurements of the site with a simple blade in non-ferrous metals, that is, aluminum. For installation, everything can be done by carpenters who are already working on the project. It is obvious that for larger projects, metal cladding entrepreneurs will be able to install AluPlank products, as it is a simple clean cladding, which is very popular already in the market. So, no matter what season it is a screw-on cladding that comes already pre-drilled from the factory. At this point, there are no pre-drilling holes to be done at the site, hence the speed of installation, always with the aim of minimizing waste. And now for the finishes. This is our strength. The first family of finishes we offer is wood grain finishes. Not just any wood grain. I did a study several years ago with about 60 architectural firms and offered them a choice of 42 possible wood grain colors available on the market. Immediately, 8 colors distinguished themselves royally, and I present them today under the name Architect's Collection. These are the colors selected by the study. Of course, 2 stand out in terms of volume. The one on the top right corner and the one on the top left corner presently dominate the market demands. The wood grain is mainly used for accents on projects. In terms of volume, we will talk more of a color finish. However, as far as colors are concerned, I could have done like many manufacturers and offered you 5, 6, 7, 8 standard colors, which unfortunately nobody likes, with the possibility of color options. Our motto is simplicity. Therefore, I give you a nice challenge by offering you an unlimited choice of colors that are all standardized from the Benjamin Moore chart or other charts. Following a request from a corporation, we were able to customize a color from a sample that they had provided us. From this sample, we managed to reproduce it. This is our great strength. We offer you an unlimited choice of colors. All are standardized Benjamin Moore chart or other charts and in a smooth textured finish with a 20% sheen that is almost matte. In terms of the color finishes, we have several options. The first option is fine sand. The characteristic of this finish is that it reflects almost no light while providing a vibrant, ultra-matte finish favored by architects. On the other hand, we also offer an 80% high gloss finish. We have done some projects where the architect has been able to play with the chandeliers from a uniform number. You can imagine the outstanding result. Of course, these options are available in the full range of Benjamin Moore colors. We also offer anodic finishes, although there is very little market demand. As far as standards are concerned, we meet extremely rigid standards, mainly for powder-coated, baked-on finishes. We meet the AM 8605 standard, the ultimate in performance and durability. Also, we address the certification related to several chapters in the project. Naturally, these products are 100% recyclable without any VOC and, as you can see, non-combustible for use in multi-store projects. Regarding the quality of the components we use, we back up this quality with a 20-year warranty, demonstrating our confidence in the durability of AluPlank products. In terms of benefits, the monetary value is extremely important, but we will return to that in a few seconds. The first and most important benefit is the resistance. Our product has a very high resistance to impacts, scratches, and of course, UV rays. This is what positions us in many projects such as schools as well as many multiple dwellings at the balcony level. Again, resistance to impacts, scratches, etc. It is a rigid cladding. It's not bendable steel, so it doesn't warp. Few architects appreciate this aspect, as well as developers. It's easy to recognize. It's everywhere on the market. You can see that in this project, the architect took care to create a design of panels with small dimensions to minimize hand wood. But the sun isn't forgiving. Another benefit is that it is a non-combustible material automatically sought after in multi-story projects such as towers. It is anti-graffiti. This is not an option. It is a property included in the powdered, baked-on finish. In conclusion, it is a system that offers you great versatility. You have an immense choice of finishes, tannins, colors, positioning, and profile. Creativity at your service. I return to the closed joint profile being our star product because it allows you to personalize a project and create a smooth and clean surface. In short, it enhances shapes and details. It frees the architect from the constraints of product dimensions. Of course, it is a maintenance-free product of very high quality thanks to the baked-on powder finish, which has proven to be long-lasting. Now, the price. I wanted to deal with this in two sections. The first section is on materials, where we will compare similar products on the market. The direct competition, the famous products, very beautiful products by the way, thus very popular in North America, but classified as being very expensive. Very nice choice of moldings, but still very expensive. We talk of more than or at least $20 per square foot. Naturally, these are post-pandemic prices updated in 2022. There are also diesel products in extruded aluminum. However, they are printed finishes, another technology. If we now look at the AluPlank products for some basic volume, it is obvious. We'll talk more at this point about $11 per square foot. You can see how we are positioned in this product category. There are other impacts, such as subcontractor markups as material supplies. So we are talking about an expected average of more or less 25%. You can quickly calculate the difference of 25% on a price of $20 compared to $11. Then we add the 7% of administration fee. This causes a domino effect in the cost of labor. Talk less for any system in the CLIN. It starts at $10 per square foot. Of course, there are indirect costs at the site, the impacts of the site conditions, and the installation on the 20th floor doesn't have the same productivity as on the first floor. But that applies to any product. For the second aspect in this chapter, I compared it to the level of popular cladding that is frequently found on the market. We're still talking about updated prices post-pandemic 2022. To be precise, we're also talking about cladding and installations with a certain volume in standard conditions. So, let's compare the first curtain wall, very popular and ubiquitous on the market that starts at $90 per square foot. Then comes the ceramic panel, commonly known as terracotta, which has today reached $58 and more per square foot, and the very popular aluminum composite panels, which start at $50 per square foot. Also, the precast concrete panel, which starts at $45 per square foot. The long board cladding product is now starting at $35 per square foot. brick with a standardized low-end concrete brick is about $36 a square foot. AluPlank is at $21 per square foot. So you can easily see our position in relation to the popular cladding. I'm going to go further than that in my study. Folding metal such as the ubiquitous AD300 products in the market are at $16 per square foot. I also want to draw your attention to the little difference between the quality that AluPlank allows versus bent metal. This explains why many developers now select AluPlank products to replace bent metal, being more affordable for a much higher quality product. They can't afford the $50, $60 per square foot. The profit of a project does not allow it. AluPlank is the solution. Let's look at some of the popular applications on the market, such as wood grain as it is in multi-housing. It's an insertion at the balcony level, on the cladding in general, etc. But let's stay at the insertion level. In the popular housing projects, the wood grain is popular at the insertion level. In a public building, the richness of the wood grain comes to contribute. In multi-story, insertions or general claddings dominate the market. But there, we speak more about color finishes. Again, in huge projects like the one you see now, AluPlank products represent more than 50% of the total cladding combined with brick and some prefabricated aluminum panel cladding. A beautiful application at the commercial level as well as on the continuity of the exterior ceilings and the interior of the commercial building. Generally, institutions benefit from this. In multi-story projects such as high-rise buildings, all balconies are made with AluPlank products, thus providing impact and scratch resistance and budget savings. Also, in the industrial sector, for the office section, insertions in office buildings or townhouses, insertion again, etc. Thus, at the level of the schools, we are premium for the resistance to the impacts, the scratches, and anti-graffiti for the external ceilings or even the external vertical claddings. Again, I repeat, our dominance is in the color finishes because the wood grain is more for the inserts, but the volume is in the solid color. I love this project because it demonstrates the flexibility of AluPlank products while combining our new AluTube product line. The architect of this design leveraged the aspect of color. He used this color to blend randomly, creating this distinctive dynamic. The AluPlank products offer you the possibility of beautiful creations where you can play with the color. In summary, you have a vision or a creation. We have the solution to your budget constraints. This is the architect's collection at the wood grain level premium for the market. As I mentioned in the introduction that there were two dominant colors. They are all used, but the first and this one stands out in terms of market interest. See the closed joint profile, which is preferred by architects and the most popular in our AluPlank family of products. The closed joint. I would like to point out the joint's quality, the thinness that becomes almost imperceptible with the famous fine sanded finish that hardly reflects light, a vibrant ultra-matte effect. You will now understand the quality and interest of the AluPlank product. So, to conclude, you now have an affordable tool for creating and designing. This is our strength. Please let us help you and assist you in your challenges. Thank you.